Here are 6 different ways to multi-stream. And just quickly, why should you multi-stream, sometimes called simulcasting or multicasting? Well, I've got 4 main reasons on screen. Most platforms these days have some issues. Twitch has had a lot of recent drama around sponsorships, multi-streaming, charging people when they want to leave the affiliate program. Obviously, Kick has a great split, but it does have some questionable creators and not everybody wants to be there. YouTube has no directory, so it's sometimes difficult to find streams. And TikTok takes more than half of your gift revenue. You sometimes get random AI bans and restrictions. Multi-streaming will also protect you from being banned on one platform. It of course increases your followers, reach, views, and you can make more money because you're on more than one platform. And crucially, you are allowed to multi-stream to Twitch and TikTok according to Twitch's terms of service. That said, they can't enforce their multi-streaming rules anywhere. I stream to YouTube and Twitch with no problem. And let's start with a method to stream to TikTok Live plus one other platform of your choice. For optimal quality, this one needs about 15 meg of upload speed. It's limited to Windows devices, and we're using OBS, which is completely free with no requirements, and TikTok Live Studio. And unfortunately, as you can see, the requirements seem to be very random. From what I've found, usually you get access between 1,000 and 10,000 followers. Both OBS and Live Studio are linked in the description, so check to see if you can download and use Live Studio. This method also uses the OBS virtual cam, which is going to let us use our camera in 2 pieces of software at once. And I've disappeared for now, but let's start on OBS, and in OBS, click Profile at the top, click on New, and name this after a platform of your choice. So I'm going to name this one YouTube Stream. Leave this box checked to run the wizard, I'll press OK. And optimize it for streaming and press next. And on this section, for the best quality, I recommend 1920 by 1080 and 60 FPS. Now connect whatever service you're using. So I'm going to use YouTube. So I just picked this YouTube RTMPS option. Whatever service you're using, I always recommend connecting your account and preferring hardware encoding. I'm going to untick estimate bitrate, and then I'm just going to set my bitrate to 6000. Once you've connected your account, just press next. It's going to recommend you some settings. These defaults should be fine as long as your bitrate is around 6000. Just press apply settings. We can close the chat, and then we'll just go ahead and quickly set up our stream. So to set up your stream, it's just a matter of adding different sources. Most important source is display capture, audio input capture for your mic, audio output capture so the viewers can hear your computer audio, and video capture device. This one is your webcam, so I'll quickly add the correct webcam here, and I'll set it to 1080 so that the viewers can see the highest quality. Set my FPS to 60, press OK. Now you guys can see me again. Let's quickly teleport forward with all our sources added. And there we go, all sources added. I'm going to do one more thing underneath my mic. I'm going to press filters, going to press the plus button, going to choose noise suppression, press OK, and then RNN noise is the one you want. Press close. This is just going to suppress background noise like fans. So that is a basic stream for Twitch, YouTube, etc. set up. We need to set it up for TikTok Live now. So we do that with Live Studio. Before we head to Live Studio, click on Start Virtual Camera. So here we are in Live Studio. I recommend head to a blank scene. If you don't have a blank scene, click on Add Scene in the bottom left and make a blank scene. Let's quickly go over both landscape and portrait. So landscape in the top left is what we're on. I'm going to press Add Source, and the first thing I'm adding is a camera source. I'll press Add, and then we don't want this one. The one we want is the OBS virtual camera, and we want it 1080p, 60 FPS. The other settings should be fine. We press Add Source. It's always bugged, but let's stretch it to the screen. So now, as you can see, it's full screen. And if you're streaming landscape on TikTok, that's really all you need. The viewers will see exactly the same thing on your Twitch, YouTube, etc. and your TikTok Live. One final thing, let's just check the microphone with the audio mixer at the bottom. You can see mine is successfully added, but click on Add to add the correct microphone. Click on Add to add the correct speakers. Now, as you can see, if you put them side by side, the viewers are seeing exactly the same thing streaming through OBS and streaming through Live Studio. Whenever you want to make changes to your stream, make the changes through OBS. Now on Live Studio, let's look at portrait, because not everybody wants to stream in landscape mode. So once again, click on Add Scene in the bottom left, make yourself a blank scene. We're going to repeat the same step to add source. We're going to add the camera again, press Add. Once again, we're going to add the OBS virtual camera, 60 FPS, 1080, add source. This time, we're just going to use the OBS virtual camera to show them our camera. So I'm going to hold Alt and drag the squares to crop the camera. I also need it way bigger. And unfortunately, it loses aspect ratio, so you're going to have to kind of just get the aspect ratio back to the way it was looking. I really don't like this bug, but that's just the way things are. So just play around with it until you've got your camera looking the way it should be. Something like that. Then just keep adding sources. Of course, you need to show your screen whatever you're doing. So I'm going to add a display capture. I'll add this display to here. Make sure you capture the cursor, press add source, and then just resize it however you want. Add in any other sources you want. For example, I just added an image source. And now again, if you put them side by side for comparison, you can see we've got ourselves a landscape stream set up for YouTube, Kick, Twitch, etc. And a nice portrait scene set up for TikTok Live. And our next multi-stream method is Streamlabs Ultra. This lets you stream up to 7 platforms at once with one client only. This is a paid method. If you want $10 off the first month, then use my affiliate link in the description. This uses the least amount of upload speed of all the methods in this video. While I have stated here it's only for Windows, I do actually think there is a Streamlabs desktop client, but I can't fully confirm that because I don't have a Mac myself. As I said, it only uses one client, so it uses less computing power. And it does work best if you have access to a TikTok stream key, but I'll show you what to do if you don't have a TikTok stream key as well. So once you've purchased Streamlabs Ultra, and again my affiliate link is in the description, open up the client and click on the settings in the bottom left, and we want to head to stream. Then all you want to do on this page is just go through every stream destination and link all your relevant accounts. Now you can see it doesn't directly have Kick, so for Kick I just added a destination, and then from my Kick dashboard I just pulled the URL and the stream key. For Rumble or something like that, you can do the same thing, just add the destination, pull the URL, pull the stream key. Once you've connected all your accounts, it's as simple as adding sources. So underneath sources, your layout might look different by the way, but find sources, press the plus button. Then similar to OBS, I recommend the display capture here, video capture device for your webcam, and then audio input capture for your mic and audio output capture for your speakers. And also for Streamlabs, add in the alert box as well. So let's add all those and teleport into the future. And here we are in the future, and once again, against your microphone, underneath the settings cog, you want to find filters, edit filters. I've got a few, but make sure you have the noise suppression filter added with RN noise. And if you have a TikTok stream key, it's as simple as that. Just press go live in the bottom right corner. Make sure TikTok is checked. It takes a few seconds to reload the settings when you check things and uncheck things. But the most important thing for TikTok, we scroll down to the TikTok settings. Every time you go live, you need to put in your stream key and your URL. What you're looking at here is the advanced settings. I always recommend that this box here, you check the advanced settings. It just gives you way more options for each platform. You can see it even gives you the option to send a tweet, and you just hit confirm and go live when you're ready. But as I said, if you don't have a TikTok stream key, then just uncheck TikTok and let me show you what to do. So once you've unchecked TikTok, we'll come out of that. We'll click on the settings cog in the bottom left corner. There's a lot of options here, but what we want is the virtual webcam. I'm going to start the virtual webcam. And then we're going to have to use TikTok Live Studio to stream to TikTok while we're using Streamlabs to stream to all the other platforms. So here's how you do it. We're just going to add the Streamlabs virtual webcam. So make yourself a blank scene underneath add scene, add the source, click on camera, click on add. And I have got a lot of different cameras here, but the camera we want this time is Streamlabs desktop virtual webcam. If you can set it to 60 FPS, set it to 60 FPS. I think these are very similar, so I'll pick that one. Check the other settings, these look fine. It always bugs like this, but just stretch it to screen. Now, as you can see, my Streamlabs to stream up to 7 platforms and my live studio, they look exactly the same, so the viewers see the same thing on every platform. If you want to set up a portrait scene, you just click on portrait scenes and then follow the same process. Add the Streamlabs virtual cam as a source and add any other sources you want. One little final step on Live Studio, click on the audio mixer and make sure your microphone is added and your audio is added. So that is Streamlabs Ultra. I personally use this method. It does cost money, but it lets you stream to as many platforms as you want, and it uses less computing power. Once again, there's a discount link and an affiliate link in the description if you want both a discount and you want to support the channel. If you're looking for tips on how to monetize and grow your live stream, I am sending them for free every week with my newsletter. You can sign up in the description. Our next method lets us use our TikTok stream key and OBS to stream to both TikTok Live and another platform of your choice using just one OBS client. I recommend 15 meg of upload speed for this one. And once again, I haven't tested this on Mac. It probably does work on Mac, but it's guaranteed to work on Windows. For this, you need OBS downloaded, and you need to download and install the Aitum Vertical plugin, which is linked in the description. So close out of all versions of OBS, download Aitum from the website and just run through the installer. Once installed, if you're not seeing Aitum, click on Docs at the top and you want to show the vertical scenes, show the vertical sources, and show the one that just says vertical. And if you're more advanced, show the scene transitions as well. So what we can do here is set up a landscape stream for Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever you want. And then on the right, we'll set up a vertical stream, and that will also help us make clips for TikTok, Shorts, Reels, etc. So let's start on OBS by pressing Profile at the top, clicking New. And I'm going to name this one TikTok Plus, and then type whatever platform you want. I'll pick Twitch for this one. I'll run the auto configuration wizard. I'll press OK. We'll optimize it for streaming, and we want 60 FPS, 1920 by 1080. And now just connect whichever service you want. I'm going to connect Twitch, so I'll click Connect Account. Once you've connected, untick the estimate bitrate, leave hardware encoding ticked, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the bitrate and set it to 6000. Now I'm just going to press Next. These settings look great. Again, just make sure the bitrate is around 6000, and I'll press Apply Settings. Again, if the chat pops up, I'm just going to close it. And now we have to set up both our landscape and portrait scenes and sources. Now just quickly, before we add any sources, mine's a bit bugged, so I'm going to make a new scene. I'll click on the plus button underneath scenes, rename it whatever I want. I'll just call mine gameplay. I'll press OK, and then we'll start adding our sources. So to start with, underneath sources, underneath the landscape, I'm just going to press the plus button, and there's 4 main ones we want. We want audio input capture for our mic, audio output capture for our speakers. We want a display capture to show our screen, and we want a video capture device for our webcam. So let's teleport into the future with all of those added. So here we are with all of them added. Next to my microphone, I'm going to press the 3 dots, click on filter, and I'm going to add a noise suppression filter. This is just going to remove any background noise like fans. RN noise is the one you want. Once your landscape scenes are set up, you may or may not have got some vertical sources appearing on the right. If you do, I just recommend right-clicking them and removing them all. If you don't have a vertical scene showing, just set one up, press the plus button here. Mine's already showing, so now I'm going to manually add the vertical sources myself. And we'll start with the webcam. I'll click the plus button. It's the video capture device, and we've already got it because we've set it up in our landscape scene. So I'll just click on the video capture device, and then you just have to resize it however you want, something like that. And then just set it up however you want. So I'll quickly add in my display capture, for example, to show some gameplay. And a very simple setup would be like this. If you want to center things, right click and find transform, and I'm going to center horizontally. And now the viewers can see my webcam and everything in exactly the middle of my screen. You don't actually need to add your microphone or speakers to this. That's because it is sharing the audio mixer between both vertical and landscape scenes. So now you have a vertical TikTok live setup, you have a landscape, Kick, YouTube, Twitch, whatever you want set up. Finally, let's just look at the Aitum settings. So I click this settings cog here, and if you're streaming on TikTok, click on streaming and enter your stream key and your server URL into this area here. If you've got the 15 meg of upload, like I mentioned at the start, you should be fine to just tick use main OBS settings. This will give you the same live streaming settings for both your landscape stream and your TikTok stream. Aitum also has a plugin called Backtrack. Basically what that does, it just saves a clip of the last, for me, 60 seconds of whatever's happened. So this is great for making short form content. When you're ready to stream, you just press start streaming on the left side to go live with your landscape stream, and you press this green one here, which will send you live on TikTok. With our next method, you can open as many OBS clients as you want and therefore stream to as many platforms as you want. If you're streaming to TikTok, this will require a stream key. And depending on how many platforms you want to stream to, this could use a lot of your upload speed. Here's my basic formula. Do 6 multiplied by the number of OBS that you have open. Let's say I am streaming to TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So 6 times 3 plus 3, which means I would need a minimum upload speed of 21 megabits. Of course, OBS works on both Windows and Mac, but if you're going to stream to a lot of platforms, I recommend either a decent desktop or a powerful gaming laptop. And stating the obvious, you just need OBS, which is linked in the description. So how does this work? Well, pretty simply, we just open as many OBSs as we want, and for some reason a lot of people don't realize you can open more than one OBS. So here's how I do it. At the bottom, I literally just right click against OBS and click on OBS Studio again. We ignore the warning and we just launch anyway. If you're on a Mac, just type OBS into your search bar again and click it again to open it. Now, of course, we want different settings on different platforms, and to save the settings and save scenes for different platforms, we're going to use the profiles. Now, big warning here, to make sure all of these settings get saved, only have one OBS open while you're setting your stream up. So for our example, let's set up OBS for Kick and TikTok. And basically, whatever streaming platform you're setting up, just click on Profile, click on New, and start by typing the name of the platform. So I'm just going to call mine Kickstream. I'm going to run Auto Configuration Wizard and press OK. Now we have to jump through a few hoops for both TikTok and Kick. Let's optimize it for streaming, press Next. Set it to 60 FPS, 1920 by 1080, and you'll notice Kick isn't on this list. So we'll change it to Custom, and we have to head to the Kick dashboard to get our stream key and URL. And here is where it is. It's underneath stream key in the Creator dashboard. Once you've copy and pasted both of them in, untick Estimate Bitrate, which is going to give us this box, and type 6000 into the box. Once you've done that, prefer the hardware encoding and press Next. Most important setting is the bitrate. 6000 will give us good quality. All these other settings look great, so we'll apply the settings. Next up, repeat that for all the landscape streams that you want. So Profile, New, and you can go Twitch, YouTube, etc. Let's also look at what you have to do if you want a TikTok vertical stream. So you can just repeat the previous step for a TikTok landscape stream, but let's do TikTok vertical. So Profile, New, I'll name mine TikTok vertical. We'll run auto configuration again. Optimize for streaming. Now there is actually no option straight away to set it to vertical, so we'll leave it on 1920 by 1080 for now. We'll set it to 60 FPS. We'll press Next. We'll go on Custom. If you do have a stream key, you'll obviously know it changes every time. I'm just going to type something random into the box so I can get through this setup. I'm unticking Estimate Bitrate, and we're going to change the video bitrate to 6000. We will prefer hardware encoding. Press Next, and we'll apply these settings. But we need to change it to vertical by clicking on Settings, and then we head to Video here and manually type into the box 1080 x 1920, and then click on this one, match this one to 1080 x 1920. Press OK. And as you can see, we're now in vertical mode. So I actually have a ton of profiles. Let's pretend we've just set up two. I've set up TikTok vertical and I've set up Kickstream. Of course, we now need to set up a load of different scenes for each platform. I recommend keep it simple and set up the same scene for any landscape stream, and then set up yourself some vertical scenes. You can use the scene collections if you want. Let's keep it simple by making one set of scenes. So under these scenes in the bottom left, I'm going to click the plus button. I'll call this landscape gameplay, and once we've typed that in, we'll press OK. Not much has changed, but now I just need to add all my sources. The basic sources you need to add is a video capture device for your webcam, a display capture for your gameplay, an input capture for your mic, and an output capture for your speakers. So let's teleport into the future with all of those added. And here we are with all of them added. Against my microphone, I'm going to press the three dots, click on filters, and we're going to add a noise suppression filter. RN noise is the one you want. That's just going to remove the background noise of any fans. Add any other landscape sources you want, but now let's quickly switch to the TikTok vertical one that we made. As you can see, the landscape scenes we've made for this aren't any good. So underneath scenes, let's make some vertical gameplay scene, and we'll press OK on that. And now we just need to add everything again. What you'll find this time when we add things, if I add my video capture device, which is the webcam, you can see we've already got it. So we just need to resize it accordingly. And I'm going to add the display capture as well. Add existing display capture. Makes it easier. It's remembered everything. If you want to center your display, by the way, right click, transform, center horizontally. Now it's perfectly centered. And of course, we need to just add in our speakers, which again, they're already there, so it's easy to add in. And again, we'll add in our existing mic. Once you've got landscape and vertical scenes set up, it's just a matter of right-clicking OBS, clicking on OBS Studio, launching anyway, and then just find whatever profile you want. Let's go back to the Kick profile, click on the correct landscape gameplay. As you can see, we have lost our webcam. There's a few different ways around this. You could either use a second webcam that you've got, or just head back to your first version of OBS that you open, click on Start Virtual Camera, then head back to the other one, and let's add a new video capture device. We'll call it Virtual Cam. We will press OK, and we're looking for the OBS Virtual Camera, which is this one here. We should be good with the default settings, so we'll press OK, and I'm going to hide the video capture device, hide the display capture, and what this is doing is it's just showing the other version of OBS that we've got open to this version of OBS. So if I put them side by side, you can see they're now identical. If I hide the video capture device on one, it hides it on another as an example. Once again, when you're ready to go live, just click on profile, make sure your profiles are set to whatever platform you want to stream on, and then just hit start streaming on all your versions of OBS. Once again, this does use quite a lot of upload speed and quite a lot of computing power, so you will need a more powerful PC or Mac for this. Our next multi-streaming method is web browser streaming. With this, you just go live from your web browser and you can stream to as many platforms as you want. You do need a TikTok stream key, and this is a paid method. This is great for simpler types of stream, for example, just chatting, podcasts, and a stream where you're just using the camera. This is another method that uses the least amount of upload. I recommend 10 meg minimum. And I believe most of the platforms we're going to look at work on Windows, Mac, and phones as well. Of course, on your computer, this does run from your web browser, and I recommend Google Chrome for that. And all of these platforms listed here, they do something very similar. If you do sign up for these platforms, use my affiliate links in the description and you will usually get around $9 or $10 off your first month. For a more complex stream like a gaming stream, we can optionally use the OBS Virtual Cam so that we can send anything on OBS to our web browser stream. So what we'll be looking at is Streamlabs Talk Studio. It's linked in the description, and again, sign up to Streamlabs Ultra with my affiliate link. You will get $9 off the first month, and you also get a whole host of other Streamlabs Ultra features as well. If you are going to use Restream or StreamYard, the pricing is more, but it does have a few more features, and both of those, both Restream and StreamYard, have been around for a few years longer than Streamlabs Talk Studio. But for a simple chatting stream, Talk Studio is fine, so make sure you purchase Streamlabs Ultra from the link in the description and then just hit login on this page. And you should end up in the studio. Like I said, we're going to do a simple chatting stream. If you're not seeing your camera on the left, click on Add Cam down here. Mine is showing, so I'm going to click Show on Stream, and now you can see the preview. You can also change the camera easily. Click on this little arrow next to Stop Video and change to whatever camera you want. Also, make sure you're in HD, so full HD resolution, 30 FPS. This is one of the limitations you'll find. This will only work in 30 FPS, but for a chatting stream, that's fine. It's usually something like gaming where there's a lot of movement where you want 60 FPS. I recommend checking your microphone settings. So where it says mute here, I'm going to click on the arrow. Check that you've got the correct microphone added. So I actually don't have the correct microphone added. So let's add my quadcast in here. Now the bar is moving. Check you've got the correct speakers added. You can press the test button on either of them. I highly recommend echo cancellation. And once you're happy with these settings, just click off. Now that we've added our camera, let's click on settings on the right and make sure you have your stream set to full HD. You can optionally set it to record or make a local recording. If you're just doing a chatting stream, like I said, the other default settings should be fine. If you want to add any guests, it says add guest in the top left corner. Just send them your link. And if it's all working successfully, they should appear on the left, and then you just click on them to add them to the stream. When you're ready to go live, you just need to add all your platforms. So hit go live. And now we click on add destination and add whatever we want. You can add unlimited destinations here, and the custom RTMP is where you put stream keys and server URLs. So we've got Twitch and YouTube here, but we're obviously missing TikTok, we're missing Kick, we're missing Rumble, whatever else you want to stream on. So for all of those, just click on add custom RTMP, then just type in the name of your platform, enter your URL, enter your stream key, and press add. And once they're all added, you're ready to go live. Earlier on, I mentioned you can display anything on OBS on your web browser stream. If you want to do that, just set up your stream inside OBS. Let's imagine this here is a gameplay stream set up in OBS. Then in OBS, just click on Start Virtual Camera and head back to your Talk Studio. Now at the bottom, I'm going to click Add Cam, and we need to find the OBS Virtual Camera. We'll set it to 1080p, 30 FPS. It's saying it doesn't support the audio source, but that's fine because we set up our audio sources earlier. Click on Add Extra Camera, and you will see on the left-hand side, it's loaded in. And once it's in, you've got a lot of different options along the bottom for how you display it. So I'm choosing this one, number 5. Obviously I want my gameplay big instead. All you actually do is click on it and then just drag and it swaps the order around. Once again, very similar setup with Restream or with StreamYard. There is affiliate links and discount links for all of these services in the description. Now finally, let's look at the streaming method which I currently use. And this is a combination of Streamlabs Ultra and OBS and the Aitum Vertical OBS plugin. It's a little bit more complex, but it does allow you to stream to up to 8 platforms at once. And once again, we're using paid Streamlabs Ultra for up to $10 off. Use my affiliate link in the description. So we're using 2 6K upload streams for this, so I recommend a minimum of 15 meg. This should work on both Windows and Mac. I've only personally done it on Windows. It uses one Streamlabs Ultra client to stream to up to 7 platforms at once. And we use the Aitum OBS plugin to stream to TikTok Live. Of course, that does need a stream key. We then use the OBS Virtual Cam to transfer video from OBS to Streamlabs Ultra. So Aitum is linked in the description, just install it, then open OBS. If you can't see Aitum, click on the docs and enable the vertical sources, scenes, and the one that just says vertical and the scene transitions if you want. Then what I did is I made a whole load of different scenes and matched them with the vertical scenes. So if I click through them, you can see they're actually linked together. The way you link them is underneath the vertical scenes, right click, head to linked scenes and link it with one of your landscapes. So obviously Just Chatting Vertical is linked with Just Chatting. And again, to add all these sources, my recommended sources is the video capture device for your webcam, the display capture for your gameplay, and input capture for your mic and output capture for your speakers. And that is the simplest setup. I also recommend, against your mic, add the noise suppression filter. Now, as you can see, I've set up my landscape stream inside OBS, but I'm not actually going to landscape stream from OBS. I'm just going to start the virtual cam and then I'm going to head into Streamlabs, and this is where I'm going to live stream from. What this allows me to do is use Streamlabs Ultra to stream from one piece of software up to 7 platforms at once. I click the settings, I click on stream, and you can see I've linked all my different platforms. Now I did skip ahead slightly there. What you have to do is underneath sources, add a source, add a video capture device, and then simply just add the OBS virtual cam as I've done here. If I put the two side by side, watch me switch, and it's actually switching all 3 between the different scenes. I also added in my alert box for Streamlabs, and I have to add in my mic and my speakers again just by adding sources for them. When I want to go live in Streamlabs Ultra, I hit go live in the bottom right and I make sure I uncheck TikTok. Then I just fill out all my information for other platforms, and I can also send a tweet. Once I've gone live there, I also go live in Aitum. Let's full screen it again. And this is the go live button, but obviously I click on settings, I click on streaming, and I put in my URL and stream key for TikTok. So this method is a little bit more complicated, but it gives me all the features of OBS. It lets me vertical stream on TikTok, but it also lets me use the power of Streamlabs Ultra to stream from one Streamlabs to 7 different platforms. Once again, there is a $10 discount link for Streamlabs Ultra in the description. That's an affiliate link. So that is multi-streaming. Of course, you will want some good alerts if you're streaming on TikTok, so check out my Tikfinity tutorial here. Thank you for subscribing, thanks to the channel members for their support, and thanks for watching.